good with y'all, man? It's Rasfano, baby. I'm back with another video. Now, I'm making this video on meditation, and I've seen the comments. Y'all have wanted this video for a long time. I just wanted to make sure that I had enough experience about it. I wanted it to be genuine. I wanted it to be real. Y'all know that's the foundation of this channel. That's the root of this channel. It's real. Now, I'm gonna give y'all. It's gonna be like a step-by-step beginner meditation, right? Now, first things first, right, I'm gonna hop right into it. I want you to drop all your expectations, right? Don't, if you think meditation will be hard, your thoughts are running too wild, drop that. If you think that meditation will be this profound experience and all this and all that, drop that expectation. It's different for every single person, and it's different every time you do it, right? That's the thing about meditation, and as you keep on doing it, I've only been doing it for like 4 or 5 months, but I've realized it's different every time, but at the same time it's similar. Y'all will get what I'm talking about. But I say to drop all your expectations. Now, the reason I say that is because if you are expecting something to happen, you're thinking futuristically, right? The whole idea of meditation is for you to be in the moment. So you see how that kind of contradicts right there? That's a contradiction. Be present. That's the whole idea of meditation, is you are present. That's why I'm out in nature. There's nothing more present or in the moment than nature. Tell me I'm wrong. That's why I come out in nature. The first thing I do is, usually I'll be facing the sun, but the clouds are out today. It's a little chilly, so the sun isn't out, but typically I'll face the sun. And I'll have my eyes closed, but I'll face the sun just to get that sun in, get some melanin in me. There's real benefits with being in the sun, and honestly, I feel like it increases meditation so much more. Like, my meditations outside in the sun are way more like, they're just different, man. So I would suggest going outside, especially if you're a beginner. It's just more open, right? You're just more open to receive. It's all about kind of visualization. That's kind of how the mind works. So whenever you're just in a room and it's boxed in and nothing's really moving or happening around you, it's kind of just difficult. But whenever you're in the moment, you're present, you see that nature is happening. There's things happening in the now. You hop on that vibe way easier. That frequency, that energy, and nature will pick you up right there, man. Nature frequency is what we're trying to get on, right? God created nature. The universe is nature. The earth is nature. That's the frequency we want to be on. So you'll be able to communicate with yourself. We're going to get you to talk to your higher self, whether you think that's God, whether you think that's the greatest version of yourself, whether you think that's the Holy Spirit. Doesn't matter. You'll talk to that spirit within in due time, right? But you got to take baby steps. You get what I'm saying? You can't just give a baby steak and shrimp right out the womb. You got to give him some gerber, some breast milk, you know what I mean? And then once he nurtures up and he's a big boy, he can get his steak and shrimp, root beer float, muscle milk, whatever, because he's ready to receive it. But if you gave a baby steak and shrimp, he would choke. And I'm starting to realize that's the reason why people nowadays, they're not open to spirituality, because they're so stuck down here. It's hard for them to comprehend what's up here. But I'm gonna stop ranting now. Like I said, I come out into nature and I just get in the flow, right? Loosen up a little bit, but I like pregame a little bit, and I just like get in the moment, right? Look around and just really get in the moment, right? Drop all your worries with nature. Get in the moment. Feel one with nature. Feel like there is no stress. There is no issues. There is no problems. Life is good. Be appreciative. Get into this level of like grateful, like thankfulness, gratitude. You're trying to raise your vibration. You're trying to flip it from what's always shoved in your face, which is hate and grief and holding grudges. You're trying to flip that. Drop those. Those are holding you back, right? You get into this feeling of appreciation, which will then get into love, right? Which is all raising you up to be more in tune with yourself, with God, with a higher power, with whatever. These are just higher ways of thinking. So feel like a love for just being here. Grateful for being here. Whoever put me here, for my purpose for being here, right? I'm raising myself up. And at this point, you'll probably already feel relaxed. You'll already feel different, especially if this is your first time, because people typically don't take time out of their day to, be grateful for some little things, right? Like nature, like just life, right? For being able to be outside, being able to comprehend what is right in front of us. That's what true presence is, right? feeling your presence. It's feeling what is right in front of you that people overlook every day. So you probably already feel present. You feel different because you feel like you're in the moment. You're not expecting anything to happen. You're in the moment. If you're in the moment, you're not expecting anything to happen because you're in the present. Everything that is happening is right in front of you. That's true presence. So next up, right, usually I'll be pointing the sun, and right when I say that, the sun starts coming out. Now, I'm gonna get into the sun a little bit. I wasn't expecting him to come out today, but he wanted to say what's up to your boy. So I'll face the sun. Now this is, if y'all want to do this with me, I highly recommend you face the sun with your eyes closed, because this will help tremendously with the technique I'm about to give you. This is my own technique. I didn't get this verbatim off a website or anything. This is a Ras Fano certified, copyrighted technique. If you see it from YouTube, you know who it came from. I'm often imitated but never duplicated. I'm just playing with y'all now. I face the sun, man. And if you face the sun, you'll realize there's a little dot, right? Like I'm facing the sun, because you'll look at the sun. As soon as you look at the sun, right? It's like when you look at a light and you close your eyes, you see it, right? That's what I typically do. I'll look at the sun for a little bit, right? Close my eyes. And I'll still be facing the sun, but I'll see a point right there. I'll see a point right in the middle. I want you to focus on that point. Now, if you're doing this in your room, or you can't, or it's maybe cloudy where you are, you can't get outside, then try to focus on a point in the middle of your like vision. Because if your eyes are closed, you'll see a black screen. This is a form of like a concentration, or if y'all have heard like gazing technique, which typically is used with like a candle. You can do this with a candle, but I want y'all to start with your eyes closed. It's better as a beginner to start with your eyes closed, or as a basic technique. The reason that they do use a lighter or a flame is because, think about it, there's nothing more present than a flame, than fire. It could be extinguished like that. It's very short-lived, it's temporary. But in the moment, it's a flame. It's there. It's so temporary, but it's present in that moment. A fire's life is so short-lived, but its presence is known. It's all about being in the moment. It's what meditation really is. That's the root of bliss, of enlightenment, is being in the moment, appreciating what is in front of you. That's real gratitude, right? The things other people overlook, but I want you to focus on that point, right? Now the sun's starting to go away, but I'm grateful that he was out for a little bit, because I still have that point in my vision. So I have that point. I want you to focus on this point, right? Take some breaths. And like, be still, right? I was moving a lot. Be still. And just focus on that point, and you'll see the point is there. Now, if this is like your first time meditating, or you're in a beginner stage, then thoughts will start to come. But I want you to always divert your attention to that point, right? This is the point. If you've ever done like a breathing technique, it's similar in that regard, that you're trying to focus, because we have brains that have been conditioned to just always have thoughts run wild. That's how we've been as kids. No one ever really taught you. You know, they taught you how to not act on your thoughts and whatnot, but they never taught you how to really control your mind. No one taught you really how to meditate, chances are, or anything like that. People would teach you how to act, right? The worldly perspective, but no one really teaches you how to control what's inside of your mind. So it's going to take a little bit of time. Your thoughts will run wild. But I want you to always divert your attention to that point, right? That's what you are focused on. And it's not like a crazy like concentration. It's just a guidance. Like, that's where your energy is in this moment. That's what matters. You'll see thoughts come and go. One technique that I use, if you have a thought that's just really, really lingering, like you have a song stuck in your head or something, one technique that I do is I'll pair it to a wave is one thing, a cloud is another, wind, anything temporary, even a fire. You can pair it to, like if I were to pair it to a wave, I would pair it to a wave, and I would imagine it's like a wave in the ocean. I would visualize it. It's all about visualization. And as it's going, right, I'm visualizing it like I'm on the beach, and it's going into the sunset. I'll imagine that the song is in the sunset, and as it's going, you will literally hear it get less and less and less. It's the visualization. Your mind, it's funny, almost can't differentiate. That's why we think that dreams, right? You'll wake up from a dream really thinking you died. It's because these visualizations in your mind, it's almost hard to distinguish from reality. That's why I say visualization is so key. And I'll go over some visualization techniques as well. I'm gonna crank out a bunch of videos about different meditation techniques, because y'all were telling me to split up videos and stuff like that. But imagine it, right, as a wave or as a cloud moving and slowly dissipating, or as a wave and then it goes over. I like to imagine a waterfall and it's gone. And then divert your attention back to the dot. The dot is what you're focused on. You're trying to train your mind, right? That these thoughts aren't you. A thought will thrive on attention. That's what gives a thought life. That is its blood. That's like its bloodline, bro. That's what it needs. It's its oxygen. That's what it needs, right? So don't give a thought any attention. But if you do have a lingering thought, that's one technique that I will use. It might not work right away or consistently for you, but over time it will work for you. The more you do it, and that's how meditation is. It's like anything in life. You won't be a master meditator right away. But while you're meditating, one thing that will kill your meditation is if you start to get angry, you start to get frustrated that you're not there. It will only get worse. So just be relaxed. Let it happen. Observe. I'll talk about different like mindfulness meditations where you're observing your thoughts. You start to notice patterns, different things like that. But this is a beginner meditation. It's for you to really see what's going on in your mind, right? You're focused on a point, because if you're a beginner, you're not at that point where you can really sit back and observe. A lot of people will go on and be like, well, just observe your thoughts. It's really broad, or really just like vague to say, just observe your thoughts. So I'm trying to be like step for step for y'all on how to do these things, because it is very vague to just say observe your thoughts. So I'm trying to get y'all on like a beginning stages, right? So just focus on this dot. Try to do it for like 3 to 5 minutes, and just try to do it like throughout the day, even a couple times a day, just for a minute, 2 minutes. Just focus on this dot. You'll start to realize that for a little while, maybe for 30 seconds, no thoughts came in, and you were completely at like a bliss almost, or you were completely relaxed. You're trying to just keep building off that, right? You have a foundation, keep building off that. I'm gonna keep coming back with videos, but this is one way. I don't really have a name for this technique. I'm gonna call it the dot technique. This is the dot technique, right? Focused on a point. You're focused on a dot, you're focused on a point, and you're just letting these thoughts kind of flow. You're not giving them attention, you're just letting them flow, because generally you'll give these thoughts attention. You're trying to train your mind that not all these thoughts are really required or require attention. You're also trying to start to be able to dissipate thoughts, right? You're getting a little power, a little control in different areas. So this was the dot technique with Ras Phantom, and I'm gonna start pumping out videos about meditation. This is what my channel is gonna be for like the next week. I'm gonna just start pumping it out. Now try this technique, man. Comment what y'all think, or comment any questions or something that y'all are struggling with. Like, really do feedback, so that on my future videos I can pump those in, right? This is just like a beginning one, but anything y'all are struggling with, let me know, because like for me, for meditation is a lot different from y'all, right? Because I've been doing it for a little longer. So if you're a beginner, right, let me know like what you're struggling with, because it's hard for me to think back and think like what was hard about meditation. I remember controlling thoughts was hard, and I remember getting into like kind of the mojo was hard. So that's like my biggest thing. Just come out in nature and just kind of relax, feel grateful. I'm gonna go over like different techniques in the next week or so. So I'll catch y'all, man. Ras Phantom, peace.